The Young Folks Shelf of Books. The New Junior Classics, Volume 1, Fairy Tales and Fables. Edited by Mabel Williams and Marcia Dalphin, with introduction by William Allen Nielsen, former president of Smith College. Introduction to first edition by Charles W. Eliot, former president of Harvard University. Deluxe edition, with over 1,000 illustrations in color. P.F. Collier and Son Corporation. Introduction. The editors of this collection of literature for young people have had much experience and have acquired an intimate knowledge of the needs and tastes of their special public. The greater part of the selections are the classics of their kind, stories and poems which have enchanted children for many generations, in some cases for many centuries. To these have been added carefully chosen examples of these writers of our own time who have been most successful in the difficult and delicate art of writing for children. Still other selections belong to the great simple things which, because they deal with certain permanent and fundamental elements in our common nature, are the exclusive possessions of no age, but appeal to young and old alike. It is no mere accident that by far the greater part of this literature is fiction. The world of children is a world of imagination. Their contact with fact has not been long enough nor intimate enough to give them that critical sense of the actual and possible that restricts the horizons of their elders. Their world is so full of the unexplained and the mysterious that they have not yet acquired the habit of testing every story by experience. Thus naturally and without effort they surrender themselves to the flow of the narrative as long as it holds their interest by suspense or wonder or surprise. Those older people who enjoy romantic writing often do so because it affords an escape and a relief from the unpleasant or harassing things that beset them in their everyday life. But children need no such escape. The shades of the prison house have not yet closed upon them, and the world of imagination is their own domain. It is good that they should roam in as widely and as late as possible, since what we call the real world will seize them all too soon. There are theorists who are troubled about the imaginativeness of children and who fear the effect of fairy tales upon their characters. They make a stupid confusion between fiction and falsehood. They punish their children for romancing because they think they are lying, not realizing that the tests of truth in the world of the grown-ups are not applicable in the child's natural world of make-believe. So far from the exercise of the imagination constituting a moral danger, it is perhaps the most important discipline leading to right relations among people. For most unkindness and injustice and cruelty and intolerance are the result of an inability to put oneself in the other man's place. These are the vices that poison our society and ruin our peace, and their roots are in the weakness of our imaginations. Thus it is fundamental for ethical as well as aesthetic development that the imagination should be given wide scope in youth and kept free and flexible as long as possible. The stories from real life, from history, biography, and adventure deal for the most part with the heroic virtues. This too is a wise choice, where the normal child gives his admiration generously to courage and strength and self-sacrifice. Nothing is more important in the growth of a child than the direction of his admirations. All children are imitative, and they tend to imitate what impresses them. The spectacle of power is always impressive, and these tales of pioneers and explorers, with their feats of daring and endurance, do much to form the ideals of young people. Ideals which often determine the level on which they will live their lives. But all this is to put too much stress on the moral side. The fact that should be uppermost when we read these things with our children is that they are delightful. The important thing is that we should enjoy them together. A mere glance over the contents of these volumes will reveal an extraordinary range and variety. Scores of old favorites of which they never grow tired. For one of the superiorities of children over adults is that they have so much greater capacity for rereading, that their appetites are not easily jaded. In these books they have a treasure that will last a whole childhood. No detailed attempt is made to classify the contents according to the age of the readers, though, roughly speaking, the easier things come first, for children are very varied in their rate of development, and what one child enjoys at 6 another does not reach till 10. Nor is it important that to be enjoyable a tale or a poem has to be entirely understood. The reader's power grows by contact with words and ideas that may be not merely unfamiliar but only partly intelligible. What matters is that he be given material of such quality that greater familiarity means greater enjoyment. Great pains have been taken with the illustrations in these volumes. Many artists have been drawn upon. Some are the old favorites with whom we cannot dispense. Others are contemporaries who have shown power to enter with symphony into the spirit of the text. Their work, whether in color or in black and white, helps to give gaiety and life to the volumes, and to make to their young readers the scenes and characters more vivid and arresting. I congratulate the boy or girl whose childhood is enriched by intimacy with the contents of these volumes.